well-thinking Jamaicans should raise their voice in concert against the high levels of crime and against the government in not doing enough in control.
People, welcome back to Politricks Watch. This is RP. Now, those are the words of Prime Minister Andrew Holness back in the day. You hear it for yourself. Well-thinking Jamaicans should ask questions. Yo, what going with the crime rate? What going with the murder rate? You see, you can go and look, but check it out for yourself, but I just see a video of Prime Minister Andrew Holness speaking. Look like it's at a church event. And he's basically sounding like him on ball. His voice literally sound like it a crack up. That's just the meme, I don't know about one, but it sound like his voice a crack up. I'm gonna play the part will really stand out to me. You can check out the rest and loop, right? Or wherever the full video they can even loop. It's a short video them, but here is the part that stand out to me. Prime Minister said he dip on him conscience when he got bed at night time. And then him start to mention saying, it seem like people are support the criminals almost like they have an agenda, right? In Jamaica's murder rate staying high. Listen up.
I go to my bed with these things on my conscience every night. I know that I have tried. It's a minefield. Because every turn you make, there is someone who is trying to stop it, and I have to wonder, are they in support of the criminals in the country? The 10-year-old didn't have to die. Not die, man. We are there, so he down there. We put it in Westmoreland, the two brothers never had to die, man.
Now, the part about conscience. A leader of any country, right, with a murder rate like Jamaica, supposed to go in bed with that man in conscience. Matter of fact, you should be having a very hard time sleeping. Should be rolling in bed, right? Prime Minister Andrew Holness is supposed to wake up in the middle of the night with cold sweat and wash him. His wife, Juliet, is supposed to ask him, warm tea and alright? Supposed to sap him up with water, right? Go into the kitchen, get one big jug, throw some ice in it, and then come stop him up. Cold sweat supposed to wash him, fever, all kind of things, because he's the leader of Jamaica, and the numbers don't look good. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. A leader who is failing in, especially if you are feeling a very important feel like murder, right? Of course, supposed to pay your conscience. So, people be messaging me saying like, see, let's be man. That's what I need to hear. That's what I want to hear. Based on how things look, you're supposed to be having some really rough nights, right? If you're the leader, for example, if you're an OC, if you're a military unit, if you're something go bad on an operation, you're supposed to have sleepless nights. You're supposed to be your conscience. If you're the CEO of a company and the company gone under and much people lose their job, you're supposed to have sleepless nights. You're supposed to wake up your conscience. So that in itself, man, I really not nobody myself. And that's supposed to happen because the government is failing to deal with murder. But government or Jamaican governments have consistently failed to deal with murders. You see, we know say Jamaica has been bad for a very long time. Jamaica been having a murder problem for a very long time. But regardless, you get hired to do a job. And if you not fix it, right, then we still have to look on you. What go on? See, this is how me look on it. Let's say me have one broke foot and the foot have paid me. Right? Every doctor me go then can't help me out. Right? Me go 500 doctors before and them can't fix me. Now me reach out this doctor. If this 501, right, the 501st doctor can't fix me, the fact say the other man then fail to, no make the end result any different. The end result is that my foot not fixed. My foot still a pain me. So me understand say, alright doc, you're not the only doctor who can't fix the foot, but it not make it a difference. The foot not fixed. So Andrew Holness, Dr. Horace Chang, right, even Peter Bunting, aka Divine Intervention, right, Jamaica never start get bad under these men, but they were given a job fix it, and they couldn't. No, fortunately for Andrew Holness, him still in power, so I guess him can turn it around. Theoretically, him have a chance to turn it around. Let's see. But I'm telling you about Jamaican culture. I'm telling you, I used to do the video on poverty and all that. Jamaica's murder rate is driven by its culture and mindset. The way how we deal with each other, right? The way how we raise youths, them attitude towards life, we make them want to kill. You diss me, so me kill you. You come back, come kill two of my friend them. Me kill back 4 of your friend them. But then man they come look for my granny, then them kill her, burn down the house. Then my sister bridging them and my family see that, and we go look for your granny, burn down to your house and kill her for everybody. This is why Jamaica's murder rate is high. It's cultural. I'm going to show them the stats. For the big video, I keep a one on the boat. I think that video might go on for an hour, based on how it look. Right now, the amount of data I compile it's going to be spooky. It's going to be very spooky. But I want to understand something. When we talk about the laws in Jamaica, where it can start, how we can start to get these numbers down, it starts with legislation. Right? We've seen other countries with extraordinarily high murder rates, and they bring in legislation and the numbers go down significantly. We've seen it in countries like we've seen it in South Africa. We've seen it in even places like El Salvador. We've seen it if you go to certain states in America like New York back in the day and everything. When they say you can actually use legislation and fight crime effectively. But the culture must change. You can't police the culture. The average 87, the average murder in Jamaica is a hyper-emotional mama's boy and an LEQ. Enough of the people them were dead at Jamaica, never half a dead. Even when you trace gang wars, it's enough time people hear about gang and war, gang and things like them a war over like money, and a war over like the lack of that. It's because a man on one side leads the next side, he come shoot him, and then reprisal start. Yesterday, half a dead back, that right there so is why Jamaica has a unique situation. In Jamaican culture, somebody half a dead back. And it can't just be one, somebody have to be 3, 4, 5. That is why our numbers are extraordinary. This is why our numbers don't match up. When you want to look at it from our economic situation, the corruption, or level of education, level of development, any metric you want to look on, Jamaica, it just don't make sense because it's cultural. Somebody have a dead back. If a boy diss me, he have a dead. When you look at Jamaica in the 60s, when you look at Jamaica in the 70s, 80s, 90s, you can see poverty. A matter of fact, one thing they make shown in the big video is that poverty, unemployment is much better now than it used to be back in the day. Before Big C, poverty, unemployment, all of them things there were at some of the lowest figures Jamaica has ever seen, and it never have no impact on murder. The murder rate stay consistent no matter what go on with the economy. I don't know if you understand what go on. Let me say that again. Jamaica's murder rate stay consistent no matter what go on with the unemployment drop. You can drop as I think they had a record year. If it's either 2019 or 2020, one of them was a record. Jamaica's never seen this level of unemployment, never seen so low ever. Murder rate still high. Poverty. If you compare poverty now to what it used to be back in the day, it's not even a debate. Murder rate keep going up, consistently high. Believe it or not, robberies not even that bad at Jamaica. I know that sounds crazy, right? But believe it or not, robbery is not even that. When you look at the numbers, a matter of fact, Jamaica, when you break down Jamaica's crime figures, most of them are trending down except for murder. Let me repeat that. When you look at, see, I want to put this big video now. Crime as a whole, when you look on this and that and break it down, crime in Jamaica is actually trending downwards, except for murders. The youths them now stop kill. Somebody have to dead. Boy have to dead back. And murders are the problem, not crime in general. Robberies and them things there, believe it or not, the figures are not even that crazy in Jamaica. And let me just put this in before we finish the video. When I did the video on Haiti, a couple people messaged me and said, "Oh, we know so them numbers are real. Or you know the Jamaican numbers are real." I understand say as a Jamaican you're probably not, you're not a fan of data, facts and evidence. Because we know Jamaica run on feelings. Me feel say, that's the whole the culture work. When I read Jamaican is me feel say. So when you're presented with data and research, I understand your brain kinda confused. Any argument you will use as to why Haiti or this country number wouldn't be accurate, are the same argument to be used against Jamaican numbers. So you think the Jamaican government honest? So let's say every other country is dishonest and are liable for them murder numbers, but Jamaica just so honest we give the real numbers. Link me for a unicorn. If other countries' murder rate higher than them I say, then Jamaica's murder rate higher than them I say. Or are you saying that you don't trust the rest of the countries in the world murder rate figures, but you trust Jamaica? You trust the Jamaican government. So everybody else are lie about them numbers, but not Jamaica. Everybody else is just living. Everybody is just we could put out some fake numbers, and the Jamaican government is like, you know what? We're going to be the only people to put out real numbers. Yeah, that we're going to do. We're going to be honest. And this one thing we're going to be honest year after year. We know it's hard to accept facts. The data is overwhelming. It's culture and mindset. Somebody have a dead back, can't catch Quagga, catch him short, at them things that drive the murder figures. And if countries could just hide them numbers, if every country could just put out low numbers to look good, there would be no country with a high murder rate. Venezuela, El Salvador, why they feel them government they just put out low numbers to look good? You think them want to look bad? I mean, since them can just lie. Just put out say 500 people dead in the country and then look good. What you think politicians in Venezuela and El Salvador and Honduras, and I think so they want for them job. Why not just put out some fake numbers and win the election? Why the Jamaican government not just put out fake numbers and look good? I understand the data and I'm really into the data thing, because that's a nerd thing. Too much nerd business that. Anyway. Patient Squad, big up on yourself. PIA, you don't know. More life. Ultra Squad, stay circling. Bless.